Hello to everyone who watches my long videos. Today I'm gonna just be giving you some life advice. I know this is different than my usual art content, but there will be art footage in the background, so no need to worry. Quick disclaimer, you don't need to listen to anything I say. I'm just gonna give you some random advice that I think might be helpful. So yeah, let's get on to it. This one might sound annoying, but please make sure to take your education seriously, because I noticed a lot of people who I knew who didn't really pay attention in class or kind of just slacked off. They didn't do well, obviously, in life, and their behavior really reflected on that as well. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you get bad grades, but what I'm saying is you should try to do good in education, not because I'm trying to be a nerd or something like that, but I'm saying it's very important. School teaches you very important things. For example, it teaches you how to wake up on time. It teaches you how to meet deadlines. And you need all of these things for your adult life when you grow up. And if you don't take it seriously, you're not going to take anything seriously when you're an adult. I know that might sound a bit controversial in a context, but it is true, because if you train yourself to not take stuff like that seriously, you'll never change your mind about it. You'll never grow up and, do that, if you know what I mean. Just because you're an adult, you shouldn't assume that, when I'm an adult, I'll just magically know how to wake up on time and how to meet this deadline and how to do this and how to do that. No, because you need to know early, because when you know early, then you can adapt. This next piece of advice is for some younger audiences. So if you are in around middle school, this piece of advice is for you. And that is, do not think about relationships. Do not go into relationships, please. And I know this sounds a bit harsh, but the truth is it won't last, and you're too young for it. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because I noticed a lot of people, a couple of years ago, who were my age, and they would get into relationships. And it's weird to me, because when you're a kid, right, I think you should enjoy the simplicity of life, because you don't have that much time left until you're an adult, depending how old you are in the grade level that you're in. But I just think that when kids think about having a partner or having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it's just you know that you don't have much time left to be a kid. And I feel like when you start to worry about adult responsibilities and adult specific things, it can really kind of be stressful, because real relationships between adults, it requires a lot of maturity, a lot of commitment, a lot of, things like that. And I feel like a child cannot really fulfill those things, because when you're a kid, you're still developing, your brain is still, changing, you're trying to figure out who you are, and I feel like trying to manage another person on top of that is a lot of work, and it can be very mentally stressful. And this is not me trying to be rude or insult a kid or something for wanting to have a partner, but it's just not sustainable, and it's not something that you can really do. And I know that this sounds so rude, but I'm not trying to be rude about this. But yeah, if you're a kid, please don't get into a relationship. Please don't think about it, because I guess you could have thoughts about it maybe, but it shouldn't be something you think about 24/7 all day, all week, all night, because it's just not really for your age range if you're very young. You should wait until you're older because relationships do require maturity. Okay? And I'm not trying to be rude to you if you're a kid watching this. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm not trying to make you feel ashamed or embarrassed. I'm just trying to tell you the truth of it. Because you know that you hear about those jokes that are like, yeah, their relationship lasted like 2 days or a week when they were in middle school. And that's true. I think that is very true because you know why they only last like 2 days or a week? It's because there is no maturity and there is no commitment. Because simply a kid cannot really do that at their age. And I know this sounds very strangely worded, but I really do hope that you can understand what I'm trying to get at. Okay? Alright, let's go on to the next piece of advice. Don't be so caught up about what's trending. And I know I talk about trends a lot, but when you think about trends so much, you kind of forget about who you are and what you stand for. Just because you see a cool outfit and then like you think, that would be cool to wear. And then you think, but maybe it's not for me. Do I like it because it's trendy or do I like it because it's for me? And I talked about this in a couple of my other older videos, so I won't go into it too much, but the next time you see a trend and you're a bit hesitant if you like it because you like it or if it's because of a trend, I want you to really just ask yourself, do you like it because it's trendy or do you like it because other people like it? I know that might be a bit hard to ask yourself, but just try it. Just try it and see if it works. So yeah, let's go on to the next piece of advice. Hate is inevitable. You'll receive it, whether it be online, in real life. It's everywhere. You can't avoid hate. And I know that sounds so negative, but just think about it this way. You know, I've gotten so much hate over, doing YouTube and all of this, and it's upsetting, but you also need to know and you need to realize that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, there's always gonna be someone who says something dumb like, well, I don't like that, and I don't like this, and this I think is bad, and that has to change, and this, and all kinds of stuff people will say. But you need to know that if you post something, or even if you just exist outside and you don't really go and post stuff, you'll get hate. Whether it be someone comment on your hair or your outfit, or someone comments on a social media post you made, you'll always get hate. And I think that it's a very interesting thing how people can just say anything online because of being anonymous and people not really knowing who they are in real life. But you need to know that while it does suck to get it, you will get it. And I think it really gives you thicker skin to really just take those in but not really care. And something that's pretty cool is I've gotten so much hate that now I just kind of don't really care about it. It's just a normal thing, and this is specifically for content creators now, but if you do get hate on something, just know that everybody gets hate. Even the biggest artists or biggest channels or creators, they all get hate. Everyone gets hate. And I think a big reason for that is negativity sells more than positivity. You ever notice how negative news does much better than positive news? Like, I have to manually search for positive news. It doesn't just come up on my feed. I have to go search for it. And I know that's probably because of the algorithm or something, but guys, the algorithm isn't pushing out positive stuff most of the time. And I think that should change because, we have a lot of people who feel really upset nowadays, and some people who feel like nothing good is ever going to happen. And I think a small portion of why some people may think that is because we're all just getting shoved negative news every day. All day. You'll hear about something tragic that happened, or you'll hear about like an animal that's gonna go extinct, and it's upsetting, but I feel like we should hear about positivity as well. So yeah, just take that as you will. I mean, yes, there will be hate, but there will also be people who appreciate you, whether it be online or in real life. Alright? My last piece of advice to give you is just to remind you to just be yourself. Don't rely on other people. Just be you. Just be you. Be accepting of others around you. And, just enjoy your life. And I know that's so difficult to say now because people have, like depression or sadness or different things like that. But always know that no matter what you're dealing with, no matter who you are, know that I wish you all the best in life, no matter what issues you're going through. But always know to just stay true to yourself. And no matter what type of issue you're going through, know that I am always wishing you the best. And that I am always gonna, support you guys. No matter what you guys choose to do, just be yourself and be positive. Be positive and think less about things that'll weigh you down, And that sounds cheesy. That sounds kind of cringy. But, another part of being you is to just not really care about what's cringe and whatever. Just, be yourself. And, yeah. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this. I don't know if people still watch my long form stuff, but if you're one of the small percentage of people who do, thank you. And you are loved by everyone around you, including me. So yeah, bye. Have a great day, and yeah, subscribe if you want to, I guess, for some art content.